I saw the email requesting nominations for the Jim Getty Award, and it seemed to me so incredibly obvious. I mean, it just, with a flash, I read it and I said, they're talking about Max here.
So the businesses that we oversee here, we've got Gettysburg Heritage Enterprises, which oversees the Jenny Wade House Museum, Ghostly Images of Gettysburg, Gettysburg Group Reservations, and the retail side of Gettysburg Tour Center. I also have the Gettysburg Battlefield Bus Tours, so that is the actual buses and transportation that we do around the battlefield, and also the private charter business. Coming out here in the first place was pretty much my dad's idea. I was in school to be an accountant, and then he was like, you know, are you sure you want to be a CPA? You know, your personality is such that you might want to be a little bit more active in doing some other things. So I wouldn't say begrudgingly, but I, took his advice and came out to Gettysburg and kind of learning the business.
I have known Max since he was born. His father and I were business partners from the early 80s up until he passed in 2009. And Max was born in 85, and I've known him ever since. Leroy Smith started the business in the 1950s, and he was the one that had the vision to have bus tours through the battlefield. Leroy Smith died in 1987. Tom Metz was a business partner with him at that time, and Max's father, Ron Felty, was the accountant for everything. Ron bought into the businesses when Leroy Smith died.
The way the business was set up, that my dad was partners with Tom Metz, who they ran all the various entities here in Gettysburg. Eventually my dad was going to be the one that was the succession plan for Tom, and then eventually kind of moved me into more of a management leadership opportunity. But at 22 years old, that was a really long time away. Sadly, through a turn of a few events, my dad passed away in 2009, so I was only here for about 2 years. Tom felt that even as young as I was, that I could take it on, and as long as I had the right people with me through the process, that I could see some success.
I've known Max since probably about 2010, 2011, when he first started here. He started actually from the bottom down, I believe, right after he got out of college. He worked all aspects behind the counter. He learned how to drive the buses. He just learned everything there was about the operation of the tour center.
I found him very easy to relate to. He didn't have the boss manner, more collegial. He was always interested in how things were going. He was around a lot.
I always like to tell people that I'm not going to ask you to do something that I can't do myself. So whenever there's an opportunity to be hands-on for training, or if somebody's overwhelmed, or the inevitable somebody calls out, I got to make sure that I know what I'm doing and how I'm going to be leading the rest of the group there.
Max is on call 24/7 whenever anybody needs anything at his business. There's times when we've been out at night when a group needs picked up, and takes that call and accepts it and helps get the group what they need.
When Max first started working for Gettysburg Tours, he was new to the area, hadn't lived here before, and he was asked to take some visitors back to their campground. He was driving the Gettysburg Tours bus with Gettysburg Tours on the side of it, and he got lost, and they ended up in Maryland.
I pulled into a parking lot and I hopped out to find out, all right, I couldn't ask the people that I was taking that I was lost, so I just popped out and pretended like something was wrong with the vehicle.
When he got back, he admitted his mistake to everybody at the tour center, and we all got a good laugh about that.
As far as tourism goes, Max and his companies, they are the front of what you need to do in town. They take people on the 2-hour tour that will show them everything you need to know about Gettysburg. To help get tourism in town, Max does participate in a lot of travel shows that we do go to together. He is Gettysburg first, and then his business is second. So he wants to make sure people get to Gettysburg so they can experience everything they have and support all the tourism businesses in town.
It's wonderful to work with somebody who doesn't look at competition, just looks that we're both here to make the Gettysburg experience the best that we can.
Gettysburg is one of those places that you have an emotional connection to after the first time you've been here. You come here and you know something special happened, tragic, but when you get into the town and you get to meet the people, you go into the shops, there's something about what we have to offer here in Gettysburg that everybody needs to experience. I think my dad would be really proud. He'd be probably shocked at kind of how the different shape it took, but also going through the explanation of why I made the decisions I did. I think he would be glad to see that I'm still here. You know, I'm still here doing this and I'm carrying on a really amazing legacy.
It just seemed to me that there wasn't a question who the logical candidate for this award was.
It means everything. It's really incredible. I honestly didn't think that I was of the caliber of those previous recipients. Having been lucky enough to have interactions with Jim over the years, I knew what a genuine person he was and what amazing things that he's done and the impact he's had on visitors here.
Congratulations, Max, on being the 2024 Jim Getty Spirit of Gettysburg Award winner. Nobody is more deserving of this award than you are. Thank you for all your service. Congratulations.
We're all sort of doing the same thing, trying to put Gettysburg first. The people that have won this already, you know, exemplify what that is. I mean, we're really putting Gettysburg first every day, every opportunity that we have.